A 10-day journey of formation and mission. Claretian Prefects of Formation gathered in Vic. For 10 days, from November 3rd to 12th, the House of Spirituality in Vic hosted the meeting of Prefects of Formation of the Claretian Missionaries. The encounter was led by the General Prefect of Formation, Father Joseph Mbungu Mutu. The gathering opened with a message of encouragement from the Superior General, Father Matthew Vatamatam, calling participants to deepen their commitment to formation in the church today. What followed was a rich program, a retreat on spiritual guidance by Father Juan Carlos Martos, and a reflection on synodality by Sister Yolanda Kafka, who highlighted listening and shared responsibility as key to forming missionary disciples. The key focus was the General Formation Plan and its draft manual, presented by Father Gonzalo Fernandez and Anthony Baejo, CMF. Groups evaluated its implementation and suggested strategies to strengthen formation, especially in areas such as interculturality and holistic human development. Father Lucas Emmanuel Simirilla highlighted the importance of ongoing formation, calling it essential for a fruitful missionary life. Cardinal Aquilino Bocos, CMF, also offered valuable insights on specific vocations and the identity of the Claretian missionary in today's church. Participants also enjoyed meaningful pilgrimage, including a visit to Science, birthplace of St. Anthony Mary Claret, and to the Museum of the Barbados Martyrs, renewing their missionary spirit at the source of Claretian identity. In their final days, Prefect approved a message to the congregation expressing hope and unity as the chart maps of hope for the future. The meeting concluded with a Eucharist celebration and a missionary sending, encouraging all formation leaders to work together as formators who accompany, discern, and renew communities in the spirit of the gospel.
Yeah, I think it has been a very engaging and fraternal encounter where as brothers, first of all in the congregation, we've got to see each other's face and then share ideas, listen to what the Spirit is telling us, and we've been able to discern and work together. So it's really been wonderful, I believe.
This opens an avenue for collaboration, greater collaboration in the congregation, and also in the conference with regard to formative aspects that we could consider and enhance, especially in view of the initial formation and the ongoing formation, not only in the province level, but also in the conference levels and also the universal or congregational levels.
When I came here, in the first session itself, we all were asked to present our expectations, and then my simple expectation was to be a part of it and then to get profited out of this program. So I came with a little knowledge, but now I go back with a lot of experiences.
Ivory Coast, the independent delegation Saint Jean-Paul II held its very first assembly in Boisflé from November 5th to 11th. The days were marked by prayer, community discernment, and reflection on mission priorities. A highlight of the assembly was the professional faith of Father Ange Christophe Besu Anugba, who officially assumed his responsibility as Major Superior. Meanwhile, in Qatar, Claretian joined world leaders at the Second World Summit for Social Development in Doha. Representing Proclade International, Fathers Anim Prakash and Henry Ramirez raised a strong call for global social justice asking governments to put people first, ensuring social protection, decent work, and peace as foundations of development. Father Henry also moderated a high-level civil society dialogue, emphasizing real transformation rooted in accountability and solidarity. Turning to Amazon, Belém, Brazil hosted COP30, the UN Climate Summit, gathering more than 56,000 attendees. The church's presence was remarkable, with over 100 Catholic leaders advocating for climate justice. The Claretian Missionaries, led by Father Juan Dominic, were highly active, organizing events, working with global partners, and publishing daily bulletins to keep the congregation informed. Although progress was made on founding and adaptation, disappointment remained over the lack of a commitment to phase out fossil fuels. Claretian reaffirmed that the mission continues, especially in places most affected by the climate crisis. As a follow-up to COP30, Proclade International, through Father Juan Dominic, led a global gathering responding to the appeal of bishops from Africa, Asia, and Latin America for ecological justice. Church leaders, youths, and indigenous representatives demanded real action, not false solutions, to protect communities and the earth. It was held as a decisive moment for the church's moral leadership in climate advocacy. In Nigeria, the Claretian University of Nigeria, KUN, in Owerri celebrated its first ever convocation from November 11 to 16th, marking a milestone in the institution's growth since its founding in 2021. In Haiti, the Claretian Missionaries inaugurated a new mission in Roque, northeastern Haiti, on November 16. The mission reinforces the congregation's commitment to pastoral care and holistic development in vulnerable communities. In Equatorial Guinea and Gabon, the Padre Chief delegation celebrated 2 jubilees in November. On November 16, Claret Shrine Parish in Malabo marked 75 years of mission, and on November 23rd, Christ the King Parish in Okonja celebrated its 5th anniversary. In Panama, the Apostolic Vicariate of Darien marked its centenary on November 29, with a Thanksgiving Eucharist in Meteti, presided over by Bishop Pedro Hernandez Cantarero, CMF. The celebration included messages from Pope Leo XIV and the Superior General Father Matthew Vatamatam, calling the Church there to continue its missionary work amid challenges such as limited access to healthcare, education, and vulnerable communities. In Krakow, Poland, 41 young Claretians in Europe gathered for the Decenio program from November 20 to 23 to reflect on the impact of new technologies on missionary life. Guided by Father Jose Enrique Garcia Rizzo, participants explored digitalization's effects on personal, spiritual, and communal life, emphasizing mindful and mission-oriented use of technology. In Abuja, Nigeria, the Prefectures of Bible Ministry and Communication of iClaret held an assembly from November 2nd to 8th on the theme Biblical Ministry in the Service of Justice and Hope. Participants worked to integrate scripture into education, evangelization, family ministry, and social action, emphasizing justice, peace, and effective use of media and AI for mission. In the Philippines, the 8th World Conference took place on November 29th at the Father Royal Gallardo Auditorium in Quezon City. Under the theme, A Pilgrimage of Hope, participants explored hope as a transformative journey through God's Word. In Abuja, Nigeria, The 8th International Theological Conference of the Institute of Consecrated Life in Africa, INCLA, concluded on November 14, focusing on African perspectives and contribution to consecrated life. Scholars, theologians, and church leaders, especially Most Reverend Fortunatus Wanchukwu, Secretary of the Dicastery of Evangelization, shared research, explored pastoral challenges, and laid the foundation stone of the INCLA Church altar, marking a significant advancement in African consecrated life formation. Before we conclude, we warmly and joyfully congratulate all Claretians who have recently professed their perpetual vows and been ordained to the priesthood. We congratulate especially Bishop James Pateril, CMF, who was ordained as the new bishop of the Syro-Malabar Diocese of Betangadi, India. May your ministry be blessed and fruitful. In the month of November, we also remember with prayers all departed Claretians in the history of the congregation. May they rest in peace. Stay connected with us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.